It says find g of t of f. So what is our g? 3t plus 5 plus, what is my f of t? Negative t2 plus 4t. Where can I put a 1? Yeah, okay, there's a magic 1 right here. Okay, so what can we combine?
4t by 3t.
A 4t and a 3t, okay? So that's going to give me 7t plus 5 minus 1t squared, okay? Ideally, when you're doing math, though, this t squared should go first, and then the 7, and then the 5, because it should go from highest exponent to lowest, okay? But this is equivalent to that, but it's just the form that's going to look a little bit different. Okay, look at number 3. It says g of n minus h of n. Okay, so my g of n is going to be n minus 4 minus h of n, which is negative 3n plus 1. Okay, again, where can I put some 1s? In front of the n, where else? In front of the parentheses, okay? And that lets us remember to distribute that through. So we're going to have 1n minus 4, negative 1 times negative 3. It's going to be positive 3. From here to here, how many n's do I have? 1. So it's going to be n. Negative 1 times positive 1. It's going to be negative 1. What can we combine? I'm going to put that. The 1 and the 3, and the 4 and the 1. Okay, so 1 plus 3 is going to be 4n. Negative 4 minus 1 is going to be negative 5. You have to wait, man. I'll look at it a little bit. Okay, 5. It says g of t times g of t times f of t. Okay, so we got g of t is going to be t minus 3. We're going to put that in parentheses. And really, when you put two parentheses next to each other, that means times. So times t squared plus 5t. Okay, where can we put some 1s? Yep, so we can fill both those in with 1s. Okay, so I got 1 times 1. And then from here to here, how many t's are there? This guy's got 1 and he's got 2, so it's going to be t3. Okay, 1 times 5. 5. Okay, and then how many t's from here to here? 2. So you're going to say t to the 2 power. Negative 3 times 1. Negative 3. How many t's from here to here? T2. Negative 3 times 5. Negative 15. How many t's from here to here? 1. Okay, and then we look at this and say, well, what can we combine?
5t squared minus 3.
Good. So I'm going to get 1t3. 5 minus 3 is going to give me positive 2 t2 minus 15t. Can I scroll? 7. It says g of x divided by h of x. What's going to go on the top?
Negative 2 plus, or negative 2x plus 5.
Good. And then we got x of 2. Okay, now, these can be simplified further. We're not going to today. This is as far as I want you to get, okay? And there's plenty of ways to divide problems like this, okay? Number 9 is the composition, okay? It says find h of g of 8, okay? H of g of 8. So, we're going to start with what function? G. Okay, so, we got g of n equals 3n plus 5. And everywhere there's an n, I'm going to be putting in an 8. So g of 8 equals 3n plus, 3, 8 plus 5. Okay, well, what is 3 times 8 plus 5? 29.
24.
3 times 8 is what? 24 plus 5? 29. Okay, so g of 8 is 29. Okay, so you're going to take this 29 and then we're going to plug it into what function? The h. Okay, so we're going to plug it into the h function. So it's going to look like h of n equals 3n plus 2. Okay, and everywhere there's an n, we're going to be plugging in what? 29. So h of 29 equals 3 times 29 plus 2. You said 89? Somebody agree? Is that 89?
It's 83.
Is that 83?
Yeah, it's something. I don't think 89.
It's
I do it in my head. I don't know.
It's 89. It's 89.
Okay. Okay, write each expression in radical form. Okay, so we got some number to the m over n is the same as, if you were to do the conversion, some number from the inside over the outside. Okay, what are we not allowed to put on the inside? What are we not allowed to have there for the m?
2. 3.
1. 1 on the inside. What is on the outside? 2. We cannot put the 2. Okay, it's given that it's there. Okay, so this one wants you to write it in radical form. So write the radical. What is going to be our big number that goes underneath? 6. Okay, and then what's going to go on the inside?
2.
2. Outside? 3. Okay, we are allowed to put a 2 on the inside, but not the outside. Okay, so no 1s on the inside, no 2s on the outside. Okay, now, if you put it, it's not entirely wrong, but that's not how they need to be written, okay? Number 13 wants us to do it in exponential form. Okay, so what's going to be our big number? 7. Okay, what's going to go on the top? 5 over 3. Okay, 15, it wants us to simplify the radical. Okay, because there's no number on the outside, what is it? 2. That is a legitimate square root. Okay, so what are some factors in 98? 2 and what? 49. 49. 7 and 7. Okay, so because there's a 2 on the outside, we're going to take it in groups of 2. So who can go? The 7s. And where do they go? Outside. Who cannot go?
2.
The 2. Okay, so we have 7 square root of 2. Okay, and just so we're perfectly clear, 7 square root of 2 is the same as the square root of 98. Okay, it's the same as. And the way you could kind of look at that is if, I don't know, if you have $100, you don't go through and be like, count all your ones. Okay, you do one time, but you don't. That's not how you show someone you have $100. You'd be like, I have $100. Okay, so that's equivalent, but this is the same as this. Okay, we just condensed it and simplified it. Okay. 392. What are some factors of 392? Let's go. Quit trying to do the other side. I'm gonna do this one.
196.
2 and 196. 196.
298.
2 and 98. 98.
249.
2 and 49.
7.
7 and 7. Okay, what is the number on the outside?
2.
2. So who can go?
2 and 7.
A group of 2 and a group of 7. So we're going to say 2 and 7. And then who cannot go?
2.
The 2. Okay, how many X's do I have? 4. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of those guys can go? 2. So I got 1, 2. So we're going to say 1, 2. Okay, what do you do with this 2 and 7? So 2 times 7, 14. What about the X's? X squared, square root of 2.
Wait, no, we gotta write the 40.
Hmm?
We gotta write the.
If there's a little number, you would have to, but there's not on this one. Can I scroll? Okay, 640.
Two and 320.
2 and 320. 320. 2 and 160. 160. 2 and 80. 80. 2 and 40. 220. 210. 25. How do you know when you're done?
If you can't go, if you got the 2, 3,
Yeah.
2, 3, 5.
2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay, and those are prime numbers, which means the only thing that would divide into 2 is what?
You said what?
The only thing that would divide into 2, 3, 5, or 7 is what?
1.
1. 1 and whatever it is itself. Okay, that's why it's a prime number. So, what is our group number?
2, 7.
7. So we can take out in groups of 7. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so for that group, there's one representative, which is a 2. Okay, who could not go? The 5. Okay, and don't forget to put that index, which is that baby 7. Okay, and then how many M's are there? 1. So can he go? No. How many more people would he need to have to go? 6. Okay, he would have to have 6 more people in order to go in that group. Okay, so this is going to be our final answer. Okay, and again, don't forget this index. Okay, that lets us know that we took stuff out in groups of 7. Okay, you have to put that little baby number on the outside. Okay. (24). What are some factors of 24? 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Okay, what is my group number? 3. Okay, so we're going to put the baby 3 first so we don't forget. 3 2s can go in a group. Then I got 3 M's. How many of those guys can go? 1 group. Okay, so I got an M. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 N's. How many of those guys can go? 1 group. Okay, who cannot go? 2 N's. So what is that going to look like? N squared on the inside. Okay, you guys got 11 of them to do.